Yeah, today this is Joey Panetta. We be talking about, well, I'll give you an example of what I don't like when I see in this country. I'm a nice guy. I'm the most realest motherfucker you'll meet. Now, I'm a nice guy. I keep it real. I'm not gonna deny that I'm a criminal and a felon. Well, not a felon, but I've hurt a lot of people. I don't feel bad. Because all of it is for the better of humanity. So I'm a good guy. I do what I gotta do. But let's be realistic. The people I don't like, the people that I see as disgusting as. Now, mind you, I believe everyone is equal. I mean, it really all comes down to your actions and how you treat people. I don't judge you for your race, your religion, or anything else. I don't judge you for that. I judge you for your actions and how you treat people. I put up with a lot of bullshit, but no, I'm a criminal. I hurt people when I have to hurt them. I don't judge you for being a criminal or being a nut job or being a psychopath. I don't judge you for shit. And yet, I judge you for the way you view life, the way you treat people, and the fact of how you act. It doesn't have to be perfect acting, because I wouldn't judge you if you kill 10 people, but that's just me. If you're the type of guy that's nice and honest and loving, who's to say that you're wrong all the time? Now, this is what I don't like. People say, oh, you don't know nothing, and I'm the victim, and you don't know shit about me. Boy, let me tell you about my childhood, and let me see what you think, motherfuckers. You think you're a victim, bitch? You don't know shit about victims. I've been a victim since I was 5 years old, but I don't usually complain about it. Yeah, I stand up for what's right, but I won't complain about my situation because at the end of the day, I'm still alive. I'm not in jail, which I should be. I'm not in the lot. I'm not in jail. I'm not locked up, which I probably should be. But it worked out for the best. As much as you can complain about you're a criminal, yes, you can make the argument too that you could overcome that. So who are the you? No matter what you've been through, complaining is a weak sign. It makes you look like a piece of shit. I mean, complaining is necessary sometimes, and that's not a weak thing if it's for a legit reason. If you're complaining because you're standing up for yourself, that's completely fine. If you're saying you're a victim because, oh, you got in my face and I said what I needed to say, fuck you. I mean, that's the thing. If you're standing up for yourself and you feel you need to, yeah, but if you're going to sit here and act like a self-centered cunt and bully people around when you're victimized, then hey, that's your problem, right? Because everybody says, "Oh, you're the complainer." So, who are you to fucking say you're a victim, bitch? I mean, you got to realize, man, everybody says she's a rape victim. And that's the thing. A lot of women nowadays lie. I'm not going to sit here and try to protect them. Some women are generally honest. Now, I've personally met a lot of women who suffered, and I know it's real. But when I see some like self-centered welfare person just talking shit and be like, "Oh, I was raped. Oh, he hurt me, so I have to be on edge all the time." Bitch, who the fuck? You know a real victim when you see it. That's the thing. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm a severely poor soul. I'm not even complaining. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I know I'm a failure, but I don't complain about it. I don't act like I deserve to be seen. No, I know I don't have to be seen. And yet, still, there's a point where it comes, you have to let people know you have to be seen to a certain degree. I am not going to lay down for no one. Being honest with you, bro, I won't lay down for anyone. But it's not good to be a whiny bitch, no matter who you are. I was watching this thing on TV. Oh, this lady got raped, and she was complaining, even though it wasn't all factual, because they said she sucked his dick. I don't know. Now, the thing with that is, I don't know if it was real. They said she had seizures and all this bullshit. I'm like, if you're really suffering over one, let me give you a backstory of who I am as a person. I'm a really loving guy, and despite all the bad shit I do it for a good reason. A lot of the things I did wasn't all my fault anyways, mind you. I was a criminal at a young age, I still am today, and I believe it's for the better. A lot of things I do are for the good of the world. I'm not really a bad criminal. As much as I hurt people, I do it to teach people and to learn, and to let really evil people know that that shit is not tolerated. I do it because the welfare of the community. You may never understand what a burden that is because, mind you, I'm a criminal. I've hurt a lot of people. I've assaulted officers. I've done a lot of bullshit. But it was for the right reasons. So I'm not going to hold it against me. I'm not going to blame myself, bitch. Are you kidding me? I'm a hero. I may be somewhat of a criminal. I may put people in their place when I need to, but I'm still a hero. And I was a victim very bad victim, and I overcame it. So when I hear people complain, you got to understand where I come from. I never complained really that much. I don't ask for much. I ask for people not to hit and punch me. That's it. And if you have an issue, don't get drunk and throw me down a flight of stairs. That's it. I'm not the type that will ask for everything, despite what you fuckers think, despite what the government thinks. I was raped twice, and that shit was real. I remember every detail of how it went down. And did I complain? No, I didn't even speak up when I was young. I accepted that hatred, and I grew. Sure, I threatened a couple schools, but I've grown. You gotta realize, even at this age, yeah, I'm a criminal. I've assaulted officers. I've beat people up to the point where they can't move. Does that make me a bad person? No. A lot of it was in self-defense. I had to do what I had to do. People looked at me as trash back then, like I was better off locked up. How would you react, bro, if you were wrongfully charged for doing the right thing? Bullshit. And even though I know it wasn't like mostly legal, I did it because it was right. So you want to send me to jail? Be my fucking guest. I'm not scared of death or jail. So you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna change me, bitch. And that's the thing. I am a real victim, and yet I overcame it. So I don't like that. It's fine if you act like you're a victim and you have a general reason, but I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, shut your mouth. I was raped twice. Did I ever once say anything? No. I was beaten by my father, my biological father. I was tortured and ridiculed. Do I complain a lot? No, motherfucker, so I don't want to hear it from anyone else. That's my point in life. I never once complained about a lot of the pain I dealt with. Do I want to hear other motherfuckers who are not even real victims complaining? Fuck no. It's bullshit. The other thing I wanted to talk about, bro, was, political correctness. I'm like, this is the thing. Everybody judges people for being honest. Like, oh, you said a lot of... And this is the thing. I believe a lot of racist shit too, but I'm not racist. I'm just an honest person that will look at logic and be, hey, I'm willing to say the truth even if I get judged for it. You think I don't believe... I'll be honest. I'm kind of a Trump supporter. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I mean, hey, believe what you believe. But as much as I support him, I'm a pacifist. I don't like everything he does because he is a prick. I like him as a leader. I don't like him as a person. I like him as a leader. Understand where I come from. I never believed in war. I do believe in the defending of our country. The fact that he talks shit to everyone and says, I'm a nice guy, but if you fuck with my country, I'll burn you. That I respect. A lot of things he does, I don't. You gotta realize, man, when a person says bold shit on TV and they're famous, everybody looks to them because they're so well known and liked. Now, you got to realize, man, if someone made a joke that was kind of bold and wrong, I wouldn't even judge it, man. I mean, I believed and said some really fucked up shit. Got to realize, I believe, and I'm not going to lie to you, 80% of America does not know pain. Really. You don't. Not like really honest pain. You Americans who are honorable people fall so low to blame other people for your pain. You shoot up schools. You do all this bullshit. And I'm like, you gotta realize I'm a criminal. I've hurt people. I've literally slaughtered people. I didn't kill them, but that's where I draw the line. As much as I've hurt people, I've hurt officers, people, army. I've brutalized people. But as much as I'm a criminal, I don't really support it. Now, when you Americans complain so much and act like, oh, is it Black Lives Matter? Oh, women lives matter. You don't get it. You never did. Human lives matter. People are usually equal. And I can understand if you can complain because you've been through a lot. You can complain all you want and be stressed out, but that doesn't help it. As much as you're a human and you have a right to exist, people should be able to talk to you normally. If you can't have a conversation two-sided, then you're basically a fuck-up. You're a fuck-up. No matter what no one says, if you can't bother to take advice, what good are you? You're better off dead. Don't give a fuck, man. Have I ever complained about my victimization? Not really. I've learned to stop that over the years. Because it doesn't help nothing. Despite me being a hero for someone who's a criminal and stands up to the government, despite all the heroic shit I did, people look at me as a nutjob because I have the balls to say what no one else will. Which it pisses me off because as much as I am a hero, I have the balls to tell people off when they need to. I'll tell the state troopers. I'll tell the FBI off. I don't fucking care. You think I give a fuck what people think about me? No, I like me for me. Whether what I do is right or not, I can understand some things that I do were not necessary. A lot of the shit I did was necessary when I was younger. You wouldn't understand because you were never. You don't understand, man. As much as a criminal as I was, it was for the right reasons. It had to be done. If I did not do what I did, it would have not worked out at all. If I didn't stand up to this world and tell people what you're doing is fucking wrong. And that's the thing, man. I mean, how would you feel? I mean, let's be honest here. You Americans talk about Black Lives Matter, my ass. No, human lives matter. Black women, it doesn't matter if you're a fucking child. If you're that much of a Satanist, you deserve to die. My opinion. Hey, you want to judge it? Fine. I'm a realist. I'm a nice guy. As much as a nutjob as I am, I'm a good person. Criminal or not. Psychopath or not. Criminal. Killer. I don't care. I'm a nice person. I love everybody. I treat everybody equal. Unless you have a bad attitude or you have a nasty view on life. Then I look at you with a nasty face because I'm like, as much as you can be a psychopath or a criminal, I won't judge you for that. I won't judge you for slaughtering 10 people. But when you have a bad attitude, when you treat people like shit, when you're a mean guy and you're just bitter, that's what pisses me off. When you complain about the fact that you kill 10 people and you get no acknowledgement, that fucks with my mind. I'm like, who the fuck are you, bro? You are not noble by doing that. You should at least know that. If you're that much of a retard, you deserve to die. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, what I don't like, you got to understand, I don't play the victim card. I don't lie about my emotions and my opinions. I don't lie down for the government. I'm not a brainwashed fuck like 80% of America. Let's be realistic. Most of the people in America doesn't know what everything is going on. I'm one of the 15% of really smart Americans, people in general, who know what's going on, who won't. Like, I'm a nice guy, but if I have to define my country to bring peace, I will. I don't care if it's our country. I don't care if it's the world. If you think creating hatred and spreading killings is going to solve anything, it won't. So I will not allow that, even if I have to do anything I can to hurt people. I will not allow people to defy peace, because peace is what brings love, and love is what the answer is in life. Despite how you twist it, that's love. I've suffered a lot. I was a victim, but you know what saved me? It was love. It saved me from becoming a psychopath killer. You know that? Despite all the shit I've been through, it helped me. Knowing that my family loves me is the only thing that keeps me sane. So for you to sit here and complain, oh, I was beaten up when I was a kid. Boo-hoo! My mother had, my mother miscarriage and she died. Who the fuck? I understand that pain, but if you think that's bad, I was raped twice. I was brutalized. Kids at school, people in my neighborhood, all shunned me. Even my father, my biological father, shunned me like an animal, and he always fucked with me. That's why. There was a point where I was like, I am going to lay down for you to beat on me, but it comes to a point where if you're going to kill me, I'm going to have to fight back. So I don't want to be a part of that. And I told him, I don't hate you, I forgive you. And that's hard for me to say. I've been through a lot of abuse and bullshit for reasons that I shouldn't even have to deal with it. You dumb, primitive Americans wouldn't understand. But you smart 15% of human beings who are actually not brainwashed, retarded, idiotic, self-centered Americans, you would understand. The 15% that is not fucking idiots and primitive and people that deserve to suffer because they don't know nothing else. You understand what real pain is. You may have been through a lot of it, and I can relate. But never give up on hope. Don't complain. Be a person that inspires hope, because that will bring the world to salvation. Despite what anyone thinks, I'm a hero, and I believe that to be a hero and to create peace, you have to look at yourself objectively. You don't understand. My life in general was a war zone. People won't agree with it, but my life, I had to become a criminal, a legit war person. I have no... You got to realize, people also say I'm heartless, which I'm not. It kind of hurts my feelings. You got to understand, when 9/11 happened, when all this killings happened, I try to have empathy, but it comes to a point where if you're going to complain every time a black guy dies, bruh, most of that is the person's fault, because if you're like a legit killer... I never even took my criminal life that far. You're going to sit here and tell me you're going to shoot a cop and you expect not to die? That's your own damn fault. Now, I do believe that there is police brutality. Not all the police are right. In fact, a lot of them, a good 75% are scumbags, and they deserve to suffer just as much as anyone else. They think because they have power and money, it makes them special. But at the end of the day, they know they're pussies and that they can suffer just like anyone else, which is kind of sad. But that's life. It's not perfect, but it's good. People should be happy. Despite all the police brutality that I believe is real, If people had bothered to talk with, this is the thing. People do abuse people, whether it's police, government, but understand where they come from. They've been mocked a lot too. You can't, if people, and you don't understand. I'm the type where I would kill a lot of officers if I could, but I don't. And unless it's in self-defense, I don't like to fight. I'm a pacifist. I don't believe to fight. I don't believe taking someone's life is the answer ever. So for me to sit here and say, and I do. People treat people with mental illness, with retardation and all kinds of shit. Even like military problems, they treat them like shit. And I don't like that. I even tell officers, you're lucky I don't make you suck your wife off after the way you act, because you don't understand like what I suffer with. I've been through a lot of abuse, and I got a lot of not mentally ill, but like problems from it. I'm afraid all the time. I can't look at myself in the mirror and smile. In fact, I cry. So you're not a victim. I'm a victim, but I don't complain. I'm more of a victim than fucking that guy in the army who became a president. You have no right to complain to me, bro. I don't care if you're fucking that guy, that war criminal. I don't know his name, but even him, bro, I was more abused than any of them. I had a match burnt my face. The only reason I'm alive is because a lot of that shit didn't severely affect me. I was stabbed a couple times in my school. People punched me, hit me with a brick, and dislocated my shoulder. I had to slam it back into place myself because no one bothered to care. I was brutalized every day of my life. Since 5 years old, do I ever complain? No. I dealt with more war than people in the war. So don't even complain to me about your bullshit. Unless you're legitimately in pain, then you can complain. But not to complain about, oh, it should have not happened. No, life happens. But if you're really upset about it, you can talk to me. I have no problem talking to people who've been abused. I'm one of the most saddest souls in the world, but I don't complain. If you have an issue, you can always talk to me. Realize, as my subscribers and fans, you can trust me. As much as I'm a gangster and a mafia guy, I'm the one YouTuber who will love any YouTuber and will support him. If you're really my friend and a family member I consider on this channel, I will defend you with my life. I don't see any other YouTuber doing that bullshit. If you're really a good person and you have a trouble, something happens, I'll be there. I will. I'll walk there. You don't get it, but I would. For any of my fans and subscribers, if you're really like a good friend or a family member, do you not think if you were living in Sweden like PewDiePie and I saw you suffering, I would come over there myself and try to help you out? That's how ballsy I am, because I know what it's like to be the victim crying in pain. You don't understand. My whole life has been pain, but the thing is, crying about it won't make it better. You sitting there saying Black Lives Matter, I don't like that. I don't at all. It's bullshit. Complete bullshit. You don't get anything. You don't even get how the government works, and yet you got the government does the best it can to protect its city in the world, but you didn't get it. Even the government actually doesn't understand why they do the things they do. I don't say everything they do is wrong. A good percent of police are assholes. A good percent of even military people, but not all of them. You got to realize there's good with bad. It's not perfect, but we have the best system compared to China and all these fucks. The only reason America is still alive is because we have the best system and because we know how to deal with things. You would never understand that my life was a war zone. I'm more qualified to be a general than anyone. I'm more qualified to be an assassin than anyone. So for you to sit here and tell a motherfucker like me, oh, I'm suffering, oh, my life is shit and nobody listens to me. Bitch, if you bother to listen to other people, people might listen to you. If you bother to care for once in your damn life, instead of being a fat diabetic on your weeaboo shit, fuck you, bruh. I'm a nice guy. I may be a criminal, but I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. My moral is don't judge people for their opinions. Don't hold it against them or say they can't say it, because that's when you have a problem. When you tell a person they can't even say stuff or you're going to get in legal trouble, then you have a fucked up issue. I don't care if it's a country issue. If you're that ballsy, I'm the type that'll tell the FBI off. I don't care. If I have an opinion, I'll fucking say it to the death. So I'm not going to sit here and hear, oh, politically correct. You shouldn't be forcing your opinions down people's throat and expecting them to shut up. Fuck off, government. Fuck off, celebrities. Justin Bieber, all the celebrities that do think you need to hide your opinions and your beliefs. Just because it makes the government happy, you can suck my dick. I don't care. That's bullshit. If you're a real hero and American, you won't lay down for anyone. You won't be brainwashed like they want you to be. A lot of government people want the world to be brainwashed. Guess what? You're never going to brainwash me. I'll die before I be brainwashed. Just like a couple other people I know. So there will, You saying war will create peace? No, you'll just make people like me, who I know, slaughter every one of you. And let's be realistic. That doesn't have to be that way. I don't care. You gotta realize I care about the world. I'm very empathetic, even though people say I'm kind of heartless. But you wouldn't understand. Making people shut up and not being heard doesn't help. Even when I was young, they said kids don't deserve to be heard. You shut up, do what you gotta do. Bullshit. If you're a grown ass man and you can't listen to a kid who has just as much as a right to say shit as you, he may not be as smart as you, but he has his right to speak what he wants in life. He doesn't have to be bullied by a grown ass man. That makes me fucking sick. Teacher or not, you forcing a kid to do certain tests when he doesn't physically have the capability to do it because he learned visually, you talking shit to him and bullying him, that's why you have school shooters. It's not ISIS. It's the fact that you pussies bully him so much he has no way to get his revenge, so he comes back to the school and fucks you all in the ass, and then you blame him for shooting up a school. That's the government and the way people treat people's fault. If you bothered to be empathetic for once, you wouldn't have all this crime, the school shootings. I'm smart. I'm beyond you humans to a certain degree because I see the big picture. If you don't cause so much hatred, people won't go out and do shit that they do. You won't have people slaughtering people. That's my message. You treat people equal. You love people. You're thy brother. You love people and treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't judge them for their opinions, their race, or beliefs. That's me. I don't care what country you live in. That's me. Treat people equal, love people, try to understand. And if you disagree, you can talk about it and explain why you believe it's it. But you don't jump on someone's ass about, oh, you're Muslim. Bullshit. You think I judge people because they're Muslim or shit? No, that's fucked up. You just gonna sit here and say I'm wrong, and then I'm an asshole for saying the truth? Fuck all you Americans that aren't smart enough to see the big picture. I see the big picture, and I'm only 22 years old. I know that I can create peace, which most people in this country can't. I'm the one person that is qualified and smart enough and strong enough emotionally because I've dealt with so much bullshit. You think with someone who's suffering as much as me that I can't be a governor? Bullshit, man. I've suffered more than fucking that guy in the camp. You have no right to fuck. I suffered more than Hitler victims. Don't even cry about that bullshit to me, because I can understand. But when you complain, you're a bigger problem than Hitler. Once you start complaining about your pain, it's sickening. I don't care how much you dealt with. Grow from it. That's my message. As a YouTuber, as a human being, I don't want to hear complaining. I don't, especially unless you have a real reason to complain. But if you don't have a real reason, if you're not complaining for the right of the community, then shut the fuck up. Treat people equal. That's my lesson.